Hey guys, wanted to tell you about a really creative project we've been working on recently with 450 Aesthetic Dental Group. Brian Baliwas, Adam Miller, really pushed our team to think outside of the box again of what a dental website, web experience should be. Wanted to bring you along for the journey, kind of a little behind the scenes, and let you see what that process is like.
Aesthetics, scene one, take one. Oh, sign me up. Ready to go.
We started on this process of building out your web experience for your patients. Let's talk about what you were envisioning, why that was such an important process and decision.
Yeah, I think we just wanted a site that was unique. In our building, there's 140 plus dentists.
And if you look through here, it's just all the DDSs, like 1, 2, there's just like tons of them. It just doesn't stop. DDS, 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 DDS. Hi. How are you?
That's
good to see you. Good to see you too. Thanks for having us out here, man.
I just learned what A-roll and B-roll is. So. Yeah.
Even before we started talking, you could already see that what you guys were doing was outside of the norm. Yeah, it was different. So already I think we were drawn to that.
A company who hasn't kind of their finger on the pulse in terms of social media, just what's hip, what's modern.
The team had already come up with a bunch of ideas, and we had an awesome kind of collaborative hour phone call.
I know you guys definitely were thinking more out of the box concepts, which we love because that's not something we get to do all the time. So we're trying to really be creative out here and really match your guys' vibe.
As long as it's different than my experience at Dr. Baliwas and Dr. Miller's office is this. It's like, no thanks. It's funny because everything else is marketed this way except for dental.
I think that's a good point. We can pull back on it and let it be less specific and more of a feeling.
You go on most of these websites and they all kind of look the same. And you kind of take a step back and realize, what are we making a website for? What's the goal of this website? And we had to not just ask, the why of why we're doing what we're doing, but also in any piece of marketing of what is this for?
It goes beyond what service you give, but just we like friends and kind of building a solid team.
People that believe in our vision and want to grow and do that together, I think is important.
Yeah.
It's easy to pitch something. It's another thing to deliver it at the end of the day. So for us, coming to the table of hey, I think I've got the team that can help do that too. Talk about the team being on site yesterday. How did that day go? Did it meet your expectations?
I gotta be honest, yesterday was so much fun with the team.
All right, feel me, feel vibes. Feel the vibes. All right, and action.
It was fun watching your creative leads kind of spark their passion for this stuff, their videography, content creation, and they had such a blast doing it. You could see kind of the spark in their eye as they were kind of coming up with creative ideas to tell our story.
And go for it.
Oh my God.
What role do you think this has in the team members that will yet to join your team?
Yeah, I think the same way that it's a patient connection and touch point, it will be for future employees that Google us and look for us and go, man, I like what these guys are doing. This is what I'm looking for in a dental office.
I think we're providing really excellent dentistry, but I always think that there's better ways to innovate, and I don't think we're ever gonna stop exploring that.
In the ups and downs of this business, it's a grind. It can be a grind. Having someone that you think alike with, have fun with, go way back with, can trust, it's made the process way more fun.
really unique about their approach is they weren't so concerned about attracting new clients and about their SEO. They're just like, we just want the content to be the showcase. And all of a sudden I realized that I could throw out all the rules of website. So this one was kind of like a reverse design where I started out big and just like kept taking stuff away. And I'm in the middle part of that with the graphic design. Then we have, I hand that off to our developers who put the finishing touches to just making this website so gorgeous. And like the animations are subtle, the movements they're just so real and not flashy and in your face. And to see that come to life is probably my favorite part.
Everybody watching right now has some sort of website, but is that website going the extra mile and telling your story? Marketing has to be the icing on the cake. It can't be what keeps you in business. You got to look within and see what else is going on. Marketing just adds and enhances what you're already doing.
In a couple weeks, we'll walk you through, like, here's a homepage design. What are you hoping to see?
I mean, I'd say us, right? Something that speaks what we're about. That's why you guys are the pros at kind of pulling that out of us. I think there's going to be something that you just feel.
Obviously, you guys are really wanting to do something different with this, so more with the goal of like serving your current patients and providing kind of like a base for them versus trying to attract like a ton of new patients. So, without further ado, we have your homepage. Simplicity with ease of navigation. Everything is going to be very front and center. Even though it's very simplistic, it has a lot of dynamic elements to it and a lot of movement.
Oh, cool. Flow-wise and whatnot, I'm loving it.
Every single step was kind of like a buildup of like, oh yeah, that's a good direction. It was a nice little tango we were doing in terms of, well, what about this? As we're kind of doing this, we really honed in, and I feel like it really kind of met somewhere nice in the middle.
Watching your guys' excitement for this process, which mirrors our passion for what we do, you guys have been awesome.